Greeks have been here since the late 1800s. After the Chicago fire, there were opportunities, there were jobs. That's why there was a big wave coming here to Chicago. The museum actually is a few decades in the making. It started by a couple of friends looking to preserve the immigrant part of the story in Greek America. In 2008, we decided to rebrand ourselves and call ourselves the National Hellenic Museum. It's the first museum outside of Greece to do something like this. Usually you have just an archaeological museum, or you have an immigrant museum, or you have a Byzantine museum. Here, everything is housed under one roof. So from 6000 BC up until today, we'll tell the story here. We really want our museum to be more of a participatory museum. We have a cool exhibit on God's missing mortals, for example. So that's going to be a lot of fun, actually, for kids. There'll be a big Trojan horse that kids can climb inside, and a replica of the Temple of Zeus. This gives you an example of the interactive elements. This is the permanent exhibit in the making. You never have that opportunity. Usually when an exhibit is being built or installed, a gallery is closed. We decided, let's keep it open and give the local, Chicagoans an opportunity to see what goes on. If it's an immigrant story, it's about a journey coming to America, to the land of opportunity. If it's Homer, it's the Odyssey and the Iliad. 10 years Odysseus trying to find his home, and that's why we named it In Search of Home, the Greek journey from myth to modern day. The other feature is our oral history project, and we started videotaping people. Every interview is translated and transcribed, and we built this exhibit called Homer. It's an interactive exhibit that has frames that you pull out. Each frame has a picture of the person we interviewed. So you'll pull it out and it'll activate a snippet of this interview on a screen on the side of the exhibit. We're hoping in the future we're going to be a mainframe database in collaboration with other cultural centers, other museums that do genealogy, for example, but to be able to allow people to connect the dots. The other part we have, it's the Gus and Mary Stathis Library and a resource center. It's publications, books, magazines, newspapers. There's books that immigrants brought over with them. Some are encyclopedias, some are Bibles. Anything that's written about Greece, by a Greek, about a Greek is in there. The ancient Greeks, had an influence in that Western civilization and the building blocks of America. Because it's our government, if you're a doctor, the medicine that was invented in Greece, or a scientist, it all started in ancient Greece. So that's why we're going to prove that everybody is Greek.